Guys, welcome back. Hope you had a great weekend. Last week we had a relatively stable kind of week. You can see we pretty much 0.5%, which was not much. All we did is we pretty much, or you can see we had an inside week. And you can see that this pretty much went down to test almost the bottom of the range of the inside week before it tried to push higher. So you can see this is the level of resistance the market needs to break above. And you can see this week we are opening above that. You can see here this 5164, we are kind of opening above that 5164 level. So as long as we stay above this 5164, I think whether you're bullish or bearish in the short term, I do think that going to hit 5215-ish, we're gonna hit this fib level and then kind of decide whether we're going to be bullish or bearish. Again, these are still the two probable scenarios, right? We would still need to break up of 5270 to push up to 5400. So far, you can see that we are just following along that oversold bounce path. We're just bouncing off this channel. I personally, again, I do think that we will continue up and we will break this high and make a new high, follow this red path. That's kind of what I'm going for. Again, because we know that the VIX, right, you can see here, last week we discussed how the VIX was bearish. You can pretty much see that we had a super bearish week on the VIX. You can see it was minus 10%. So pretty much we're going to have continuous follow through. The next level of support is at 12.5 on the VIX. So we're really likely going to continue following down. And even the dollar, again, we did come retest and bounce off of it. So it'll be very important to see, whether the dollar holds here. If it can hold here, it can stabilize and it can continue to push higher. If not, you can see this is the level of resistance that is supposed to turn into support. If this breaks and turns into resistance again, then dollar very likely comes down to make a new low again. So it's very important to see the dollar to give clues on market direction. If the dollar continues lower, that means SPX, what is it going to do? It's just going to follow this red path higher, right? And even QQQ, if you look at it, you can see that it does have a little more to go. The first half of the week may be bullish and then kind of have a decisive move on whether it's going to follow the path lower or the path higher. But as you can see here, if I go to the weekly chart of QQQ and I zoom out, bigger picture, you'll be able to see that we bounced off the bottom of the channel. I know it's a lot of lines, but see, we bounced off the bottom of the channel and you can see we're trying to reverse off the EMAs as well. Generally, such kind of momentum makes a new high, and that's why I am more bullish than I am bearish. And even the 10-year, even last week we discussed this, we spoke about how it looks like an ABC rejection and it looks like it's continuing down, which means IWM, again, another stock that looks like it's finished its wave 4, gonna push up above 200 to 215, 220 on IWM, which means all the IWM stocks look good too. So that's what I have for this week. With that being said, let's look at the watch list. So I did adjust the bottom of my trend line a little bit, and you can see, based on that, you can see that we did try to bounce off the bottom, and this week we are opening the gap. Damn. When I wanted to make this video, it was still at 150 pre-market, but it looks like it's already pushed up $4. So we are going to fill this gap to 160, but I do think that it could push up to 163 even. But yeah, if the SPX is going to continue to move up in a standard way, that means AMD, this could be the end of wave 4, and we could have a very bullish move. Whether we're bullish or bearish, you can see in both cases, we are due for a bounce. So yeah, I do think that it could have a more oversized move than 160. But yeah, keep an eye on AMD. It looks good. And the other one I had is Coin. Again, the reason for that is, again, you can see here that this pretty much is trendline support. And also you can see that this is the bottom of the channel. We're bouncing. So Coin, you can see this is resistance as long as we are above this 230, let's say 235, right? We break to the 235 on Coin, then we can push up. Here, this is the channel. We stay above 230 and break over 235. We should be able to push up to 250, 260 on Coin. Coin does look like it wants to push up into 250. Mara, again, on the other hand, another stock that does bullish or bearish. Look like it wants 22-23. So Bitcoin could be bullish to begin the week. Carvana has already kind of had that move higher. So other stocks like PayPal that didn't have too good of an earnings, you can see here it tried to fill its entire gap, but I don't think it's done yet. So I do think PayPal again a target for gap fill. But yeah, on the bearish side, stocks that could continue down. I know I had DDOC for a week or so, but you can see here we are struggling to break over this 131 to be bullish. Need to break 131 to push higher. You can see kind of had that bearish engulfing, and we are trying to open lower. So if you do below 125, 124, I do think that DDOC is going to push down to 115. Like come test support and bounce. Just having a sideways choppy sell off right now on DDOC. And the next one I have is LLY. Again, the reason for that is we are very extended. And you can see here, this again, A, B, C. And again, this is your 1, 2. We do look like we're in a wave 4. So again, as long as we stay below 750 and we break 730, we're going to continue to sell to 715 and 690. So I mean, I do think LLY could continue to push down this week. So yeah, that's all I have for this week. I hope you have a great day.
Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more Wolf's weekly Wavelist videos and other content.